What's up guys and welcome back to Sliced. Now is it just me or has lockdown absolutely ruined your sleeping patterns because... yeah, so tired. But I'm never too tired to cook for you guys, so today we're going to make some baklawa. It's going to be super simple, super tasty, so let's do it. Okay, so to make this we're going to need 12 sheets of phyllo pastry. Just check and make sure that they're not super dry, that they can bend without breaking. I'm also using about 5 tablespoons of ghee, give or take, it depends on how you kind of make it, so just play around that number. And I'm also using 200 grams of walnuts and about 100 grams of pistachio. You can chop and change the nuts however you wish, it's up to you. And then to make the syrup, I've gone with about 3 tablespoons of sugar, totally missed the pot there, never mind, along with a heaped tablespoon of raw organic honey, and then topping the whole thing off with some water, and that's literally it. Okay, so to move on to the actual recipe, we're going to grease a cake tin lightly with some ghee just to stop anything from sticking to it. And once we've done that, we can go ahead with our nuts. I'm just going to chop it up really finely, as fine as possible. I'll be totally honest, this was such a waste of effort. If you have a food processor, that's so much easier, it will save you a lot of time. But yeah, you want to chop it up until it's a fine crumb. Try not to have too many big pieces because it's just going to get in the way when you eat it. And I'm just going to do the same thing with the walnuts until it's a fine crumb. And that's pretty much all the prep you'll have to do. And when it comes to actually making it, we're going to start by layering our phyllo pastry one by one, greasing it so that it's nicely covered with ghee. And then I'm going to do a 2-to-1 ratio of walnuts, just sprinkling a sort of heavier layer of the walnut and then sprinkling a light layer of pistachio on top. You can do it however you want though. You can use completely pistachio, completely walnut. If you've got pecans, use that as well. Go crazy. Now for the actual rolling technique, there's many ways to do baklava, but the way I'm going to do it today is by sticking a wooden spoon in the middle, folding the sheet in half, and then using that stick to just roll the baklava really tightly, as tight as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as you can see, it's creating layers, and this is a beautiful thing. And once you've done that, you're going to pinch both the ends to secure it and just squeeze that pastry right to the center. You might have to adjust it if it makes it a bit easier, and that's cool. Just squeeze it right to the center, and you can see all these crinkles are going to make lovely little sort of crunchy bits, lots of layers. And then once you've done that, simply pull the stick out and that's it. Fold the corners in, and this can go into our pan ready to go in the oven. Now of course we'll need to do this about 11 more times, right? So I'll just show you the step one more time. We're just going to grease a sheet, sprinkle the nuts on top, place our stick right in the center, fold the sheet in half, roll it up nice and tight, pinch the corners and squeeze it into the center, and then remove that stick. And now you can sort of play around with the shapes as much as you want so that it fits into the cake tin, but you should have something that looks like this. And once you've done that, go ahead and use the rest of your ghee, or as much as you want really, to sort of cover the top, and this is going to stop it from drying out and going sort of burnt and really sort of dry and awkward. Just drizzle that ghee all over the top, and this is going to keep it nicely greased and give you a nice golden layer on top. So once you've done this, we're going to cook this in the oven for about 30 minutes at 180 degrees until it comes out looking like that. Heat up the syrup that we made at the beginning, and once it's nice and boiling hot, we're just going to pour it over the top. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep the top nice and crunchy. All the syrup will go to the bottom and be absorbed by the pastry, leaving you with a nice crunchy but also soft and really sweet baklava. And it's so easy. I'm just going to use the rest of the nuts that I have left over to just sprinkle it on top just like that, and Lord have mercy, look at that. The bottom is so beautifully absorbed with that syrup, the top is nice and crunchy. This is perfect to have after iftar. So with that being said, please try this at home, try your own styles, send me your recipes and send me your pictures at sliced_YT.